Oh my, oh hello. This is Soos. This is Soos Films. Season 2.
Hey.
And that's Spirit Guy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Snowy. And that's Peppa.
Mm-hmm. And me.
And Spirit, I already said it was Spirit Guy.
And my chair.
And when Spirit Guy's new chair that he scored for dirt cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Now he can play video games with much greater comfort.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, and Spirit Guy is going to be playing a little Avengers Lego. No, it is Lego Marvel Superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
The first one, yes. Because what, if you are seeing this in the great future, or even just later tonight, it is the Thursday night that Avengers Endgame is opening.
Oh, wrong count.
And it is. We're not going tonight. We didn't get to go tonight. I don't even know if we're going to go this weekend. Maybe, we don't know. But this is the spoiler-free non-review of the movie that we're not going to really talk about, which is Avengers Endgame, which is coming out. But we thought, it was just a month ago that Grandpa and I, and Snowy, and Pepper,
And somewhat me.
and a little bit, and Spirit Guy, like half of them, we did the MCU marathon, 21 pictures. Spirit Guy did not go to see Captain Marvel with us. But, so we had 20 movies, and we're going to do a little countdown, a little worst to the best.
Yeah,
And
ranking, like I do all the time.
Ranking them.
Yeah.
And probably going to take, this is probably going to be 2 parts. We're going to do parts 21 through 11 here on this first video. And so we have to determine what the worst MCU movie is first. And what do people think? We're not going to do this on every movie, but what do people think was the worst MCU movie?
I think everyone thinks it's like Iron Man 2. That's what I hear most of.
I see. I hear a lot of Iron Man 2.
Or the very first Hulk, not Incredible Hulk, but
But the first Hulk doesn't count as an MCU movie. People say that's not an MCU movie though.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think, Peppa? What do you think is the worst one?
It's bad.
It's got to be an MCU movie going on to Snowy.
Yeah.
Going on to Snowy. What do you think is the worst MCU movie, Snowy?
I think it's probably Thor, Age of Darkness, or whatever that
Oh,
was.
Thor: The Dark World. Now, that's another one that is a popular vote. And Soos, what do you think? What do you and Grandpa think is the worst MCU movie? For number 21, we are going with The Incredible Hulk. The Incredible Hulk from 2008. Early on, it's barely an MCU movie. Incredible Hulk. It's barely an MCU movie. It's featuring Ed Norton as the Hulk one time. But they did bring back, the General, what's his name? General Ross. William Hurt is a regular character. And Robert Downey Jr. appears as in the post credit sequence to talk about, we're gonna do a team. So it is part of the story, but it is not. It doesn't feel right, It is not so much Ed Norton's fault, but it just doesn't have the energy that later movies in the series would have. And for number 20, and this is all our opinion. This is my opinion. A lot of people are going to say that's the wrong opinion.
Yeah.
A lot of people are going to say, no, this is better than that or worse than that. For number 20, we are going with Thor: The Dark World. Witness, Snowy, what have you got to say about Thor: The Dark World?
I don't like it.
Well, it's not very good, and it's really a waste of Chris Eccleston is the bad dark elf. But it is what it is, and I think that they were struggling. They were looking for something to do with Thor. It's the closest thing to a misfire they really had in this series. I mean, in a lot of ways, I think Hulk's a better movie than Thor: Dark World. But it's just that they're really, and these aren't bad movies. I rated them fives and fours and fives and whatnot on the ratings.
Mm-hmm.
They're not bad. This one is kind of bad, but it's hard to rate it lower than number 19, which is Iron Man 2.
Mm-hmm.
Iron Man 2. Well, this is the movie where we really launched the MCU. You know, there was Iron Man, which was its own thing, its own movie. There was nothing but a distant hope of going beyond it. And a Hulk, which was a sort of a last minute thought to put it together. But with Iron Man 2, we launch it all. It's got S.H.I.E.L.D., it's got Agent What's His Name and Agent What's Her Name, and Scarlet ScarJo. Suddenly she's there as Black Widow, and the pieces are in place, and the cube is moving, as it were. And we're headed towards where we'll end up tonight with Endgame. This is where the continuity really kicks in. Slowly, but that's where it really gets going. But you know what? It's deadly freaking dull. That's just the truth of it. It's not very exciting. Oh, actually, what I've been saying all these years, Grandpa, that Iron Man 2, back when it came out, everyone's like, oh, Iron Man 2, that's a great movie. But 5 or 6 MCU movies there, they're like, what? Iron Man 2 shit is whack. That's what they would say. And so that's my point of view on it. Is it's just that it doesn't wear well, Grandpa.
Mm-hmm.
It's lost.
Me with like old movies, I really used to like for some reason.
Yes. And strangely, for our next title, we're sort of in a we're in a rut with it, and we're at number 17 already, and here, or rather 18, with Iron Man 3. The Iron Man is gonna be sad movie, and we're gonna blow all of our best freaking suit designs on Pointless Destruction movie, and we're gonna do this weird version of the Mandarin, kinda, maybe sorta, but it's not. I mean, heck, the Mandarin's only the Iron Man's biggest villain after all, and whatever. And we make it a movie where Robert Downey has to barely wear the suit that's hard to get in and out of, and whatever. I mean, part of the reason we keep developing all these fancy suits that are so thin and so Robert Downey Jr. doesn't have to change in the suit all the time. He never wears the frickin' suit anymore. But that's now, and this was then.
He gave his suit to Hulk.
He gave his Hulkbuster suit to Hulk. But that's because he needs it, because the green guy doesn't seem to want to behave anymore. Now, I am being hard on Iron Man 3, but Iron Man 3, I would contend, is not really all that crash hot. Iron Man 3 is kind of a hard, tough thing, is kind of a hard movie to watch. It gets a little greasy. Oh, Grandpa, you're being tough on Iron Man 3. I am being tough, Soos, on Iron Man 3. What? I mean, I don't know. Do you got something again it? No.
Again it?
I
Did you say again it or against?
I said again it, but I meant against it. I was using the vernacular or something. Oh, hello. I'm Soos.
What?
Yes, I was saying hello to the people in Cameraland. Hello, people. So moving on. Here is a controversial pick for the next one. Here we are. At number 17, we got SpiderMan Homecoming. What do you mean, Grandpa? It's a Spider-Man movie. It's pretty good. How could this be so low? Well, I got a couple of reasons. One is it has nothing new to say. It's the same old Spider-Man movie we always get. And I like Tom Holland a lot. I like the movie. I don't dislike the movie. Remember, all these movies, after the first couple, we're in nothing but good movies. These are all good movies. But I just, we're only making this movie to have Marvel stamp down a Spider-Man movie quick as they can. Let's get a Spider-Man movie out. We've got Spider-Man back in the MCU. or in the MCU at all, and we're gonna no. It's just not. It's just there's just not that much to it. It's just another teenage spider movie, and it just kind of gets. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, next up at number 16, we've got AntMan, entertaining picture. AntMan, light, frothy entertainment with Paul Rudd getting smaller and then bigger.
That's like the only Paul Rudd movie I've seen besides Halloween 6.
Yeah, Paul Rudd is big in Halloween 6, and we have both versions of Halloween 6, and Paul Rudd is pretty good in both of them, really, actually. I don't know, what do people always say bad things about Paul Rudd for? What do people always negative about Paul Rudd? Ant-Man's very entertaining, though. Ant-Man's got that, when it comes, and that shows you the difference between our last place there, our number 16 and our number 15, because really, number 15 is a movie that is good, but it's frankly not especially entertaining, and that's part of why it's controversially coming in so low on our list, and that's Black Panther. Which I find, because why it's so low on my list is because I find it, even with all the talent in it and everybody and the big look, I find it to be really sleepy.
I respect that opinion.
It's like slow. And there's not really much action, and what there is as predictable as it comes as far as Marvel movies. And I guarantee you, that the people back at home base at the company never expected Black Panther to make $1 billion or whatever. They thought it was gonna score like Thor: Dark World level. Pretty sure of that. It's fine. It's great that it was a cultural phenomenon. I'm a big supporter, but
Didn't it win an Oscar? Or
it was just getting all those nominations, but I do believe it won a technical Oscar. Yeah, I don't remember which one off the top of my head, unfortunately. But yeah, it did, and it obviously it figured,
I remember when Mad Max Fury Road won a ton of Oscars.
Well, that's because Mad Max Fury Road we could talk about Mad Max Fury Road for hours, because that's a major accomplishment in cinema by a great director, George Miller. And I don't think that the Black Panther is that. It's a good picture. A lot of good pictures on this list, though. And just like our one coming in at number 14 here, the first Thor. Give it up, Soos, for the first Thor. Oh yeah, I like this movie.
Yep.
And so does Peppa. We thought it was good. It was one of the best of the early ones. We love it. Well, they're all good in the early days, except for Hulk, really. Oh no, we love Thor. It's Kenneth Branagh directed Thor. It's crazy. The movie's crazy. I think they're all good. We even like Idris Elba in this movie. That's how crazy it is. Oh no, my God, our episode ran out and we didn't even make it. We're only on what? What was that? What number was that? There was 14. Jeezums Crows. I guess we're going to have to do it in groups of 7.
Yep.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Or 8 or whatever it is. Oh no, but listen to me a lot. Okay, yeah. Well, this is the beginning of a whole new year of Soos films. And so we'll be trying it out. And Fresh is going to keep... We may just keep going and make our videos and just post them when we can. Yeah. So big props to the people out there as we go bounce. This is Soos. I'm on Spirit Guide channel right now. And
Welcome, season 2.
Yes. So see you later, Gators.